Good evening, junkies. How's it going? You are with Bob and Sarah this evening because we are here to talk all about the new season passes or annual passes, however you want to refer to them,
That
and the
look
new
awfully
dining
familiar.
that look very, very familiar. You'll notice it's a little different format, just the two of us here. We're not doing a full blown show review thing. We're going to stick on topic here. Do want to thank real quick anybody who attended the picnic. Thank you for everyone at the park that made this all possible. We'll do a picnic recap in a little bit here when we go ahead and do a Fright Fest preview event, and we still need probably talk a little more about Coaster Challenge too before that happens. But we want to stay on topic, stay on point today because we have a lot to get through, a lot of new information that has came out in the past 24 hours, and who knows, by the time we finish tonight's broadcast, this could all change. I mean,
It's already
we could
changed
all
a couple times.
yeah, it is constantly changing, so trying to stay on top of this is a challenge, but we're going to do our best to try to help you make some informed decisions, especially if your passes are going to be expiring at the end of the year. And all we have to do is let's all just take a big deep breath right now. Everything is going to be okay. It's all going to work out. We're going to be fine. We're all going to get through this together.
And actually, I think we're more okay now than many of us thought we would be at this point. So this wasn't necessarily a negative change. This is an improvement, in my opinion, an improvement over what we had. It's just
Yes.
different.
Yes, it is different. And again, we're going to try to break this down the best we can. I see a bunch of highs in there. Hi Benjamin, Hector. Oh, Brent Weibel even says hi, so we must have survived Corona there. Joey, Faith, hello everyone. How's it
We got
going?
like
Thanks
a
for.
good crew going right now.
We do. According to what I'm seeing on this screen, we got like 36 in here. Oh, Sydney's in the house. I hear her giggling from here.
And we'll have to say that this is the best information that we could get on, the park is obviously not open. We were able to reach out to guest relations and get some information. But a lot of it is just what we could research and figure out on our own, and whatever information that we could get from our we do have some resources and people in other groups, and what we could gather. So, you know, we don't work for the park. Um, this is just us reporting what we our handle on the situation.
And kind of our take. And I mean, the great thing is, I mean, like Sarah said, getting information from other groups, we're all in the same boat on this. No matter what your home park is, Great Adventure, Magic Mountain, we're all going through this. St. Louis, so we're all in the same boat. Bird Poop Girl is here, otherwise known as Caitlin, who
Oh,
got pooped on by a bird by Demon a couple weeks back. So she's glad you're listening here. I'm going to share out my screen here. Now, I apologize if some of the graphics and whatnot are a little on the small side. I didn't account for us sharing this on here, so bear with me while I get this up. And I think it's there. I'm pretty
it looks
sure
nice.
it looks great. We got our logo on there, and it's a nice purple color.
Again, I'm impressed Bob could put, I mean, both of us worked today, and I'm impressed he could put this together.
It's a lot of it. It's my whole training thing where I got to throw trainings together at the last minute. So I'm like, oh, let's get a PowerPoint together. But gathered as much information as I could. So let's kind of let me get this advancing. Here we go. So what is changing for legacy members? So if you've got that legacy membership that you've been paying for month after month after month after month for the past several years, right now there's no changes taking place at this time. So other
Other
than
than if,
a
like
price,
me, I haven't quite been billed.
a supposed price increase that corporate has yet to let us know about. Um,
I mean, I feel I'm, when we talk about, like, I'm an ENFJ and my J is as far over as you can get, I'm very bothered that I didn't receive an email, and I was given first told I'm bothered that I was lied to about the email being sent 45 days ago, and I'm bothered that it was blamed on the park because the park does not send things out from members at Acesso or whatever it is. And I'm bothered that I was told that the park doesn't have to follow the terms of service, or not the park, I would say Six Flags doesn't have
Six
to
Flags.
follow the terms of service, but I do. Um, so the only change that you might see if you have not yet been billed or you were billed earlier in August, because it seems like it hit maybe right in the middle of the month, is you will see, what was it, $4 for Diamond Elite VIP?
Yes.
Was it
Yep.
$4 for Diamond or was it 2 for oh,
I
it'll be a
want to
1
say it
to
might have been
$4.
four. Right. You're either going to see a $1 or a $4 increase depending on
Plus
what
tax
you've been.
per pass. So for my family, it's like we're paying for a whole other membership on the old terms. Um, so and I was curious, the one thing I haven't and I apologize and I'll ask around is if somebody was on, say, they're currently Diamond Elite, but they were originally Diamond, did they get the $4 increase even though they're technically platinum, but they got a like did they end up with a higher increase because they got a free upgrade?
That's
'Cause
yeah, that's an
it's like
interesting question. Never
cruddy.
thought of have not thought of that one yet.
So that's what I'll be researching because
Yeah.
and asking around because I know there's some people that somehow ended up with 2 levels up and some people who most people with 1, but yeah, I don't like when things aren't done on the up and up and people don't take responsibility.
Yeah, and
But
that
yeah, so that's the only thing that will change.
and that was a great segue there, Sarah, into our second bullet point. So, anyone who received those COVID upgrades, so if you originally purchased gold plus platinum and diamond, and you were given that temporary upgrade, so your diamond went up to diamond elite and your platinum went to diamond, those will be reverting back to the original level on January 1st. Now that it keeps coming up, are we reverting back? Are we not reverting back? But yes, we've got the
So it
word
was a
that
2-year thing. The only people who don't revert back, in theory, are Diamond Elite VIP and anyone who was like a legacy member that got bumped up to Gold Plus, that they stay Gold Plus.
so yeah, you will see next season that, when you come back, your thing
My
will
cat's
be
got to make an appearance.
it's not a show without the cat.
Oh,
It
maybe
is
not.
not. No. We got plenty of time here. Um, in terms of your legacy membership dining, so if you've got the legacy membership dining where you're paying, monthly on that, that is going to remain the same. Your 2 meals and a snack will not change. You're still going to have those. We're still going to have that 90-minute window between the meals. That 3-hour window that some of you have seen and you're commenting on, and the no snacks, no drinks, that applies to the new dining pass. So when we get a bit further into this and we start talking about the new dining plans that are out there, that is applying to you if you are making that new purchase.
So you got to wait 3 hours in between your single bite of food that you're going to throw away.
Right. Everybody grab your hot dog, take a bite, throw
3
them.
hours later, grab a hamburger, take another bite.
That's right. Wrong way. We don't want to go back. So our new membership offerings, I know that this is kind of a little bit on small side, even on my side, it's a little small, but there are 4 new offerings. Now, the one thing to also keep in mind here, they are calling these annual memberships. However, they do expire after 365 days. So it's
Which
not
go
that
ahead.
legacy membership that is going to keep going and going after your 12 months. Once your 365 days are up, it stops and you're going to have to make a new purchase on an, you know, I don't know why they went with annual membership. It's probably because there's some perks involved with the different levels, but really these are annual passes. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know how to break that down any further, but
Probably the reason they went back to saying annual membership was because it has some of the branding of the old memberships. And I believe that this is traditionally when new products are they're rolled out, and traditionally when people are looking to purchase, and if people are speaking positively of the old membership, saying they like the membership program, you go with, I'm guessing that's why they went with that branding over the new stuff that I mean, I still have a hard time remembering, okay, is it ultimate, extreme, I don't, it's still hard with the, I don't think they were as if there's a tail as effective with the branding. So I think this is a way to capture some people. I do think that it is a positive for all of us that it is an annual pass, because the old legacy memberships, as we're finding, are they were very tricky to cancel, and you were locked in. People forgot that they were still paying. I know we've had people on here that have paid for like 2 years and didn't realize they were still paying. So this is a positive. Um, and you decide at the end of your 12 months if you're going to jump back on the train or if you're going to wait it out. So I think that's an improvement.
Right, right, right. So here's some of the highlights of each of the four new offerings out there. I mean, obviously, they're all going to get you into Six Flags Great America. It said Gold Thrill Seeker. That is not going to get you into Hurricane Harbor, Chicago, or Hurricane Harbor, Rockford. So if you are a fan of the water parks, you're looking for that platinum or that diamond thrill seeker on there.
Which what was, can you go back and we can look at that price differential?
Yes.
Yeah. So really not a lot. Um so we're really looking at a $40 difference. And does the gold, did the gold come with, you can go back, did the gold come with parking?
Gold comes with
Oh,
just your general parking. Yeah.
so I mean, for the cost of one day at Hurricane Harbor, Chicago, or Rockford, you can, you essentially can get a platinum instead of a gold to
Yep.
have it
And keep
included.
Yep. And if you're looking at the seasonal pass that they have out there, um, and I'm going to break these down each sort of individual in the next few slides here, but just keep in mind that seasonal pass parking is not included, but you can add it on for I think it's like 35 bucks more. Each of the Gold Thrill Seekers do come with some specialty rate tickets and the skip the lines, which are single use. So if you're looking at that Diamond Thrill Seeker and you see that 5 single use, that's once you use 5 of them, you are done for the year.
I will also have to add, because I am like a super math person. So don't anybody, anybody buy a seasonal pass and buy a parking pass. Don't do it. It's foolish because that's $115. And what is a gold thrill seeker pass? It's $115. So do not buy that. If, oh, I mean, I would say a seasonal pass is most appropriate for like a friend of a child who's going to just tag along, or like a child who's going to tag along, or a friend who's going to tag along, and you're always going to drive, you know, a coaster buddy that only comes in the summer, that you can drive them. But don't anybody buy a season a seasonal pass with, and then buy parking, because you're throwing away Fright Fest, and you're throwing away that, I mean, it's a small discount, so you're throwing away the discount and you're skip the line. Don't do it.
Yeah, I'm just looking at a couple of the chat things. I hear someone Benjamin saying, "Is there a renewal option?" No, there's not. It's after 365 days, you need to make a new purchase of a new annual pass.
Well, and I think like by renewal, I'm sure that there's going to be a plan for reaching out to people
Probably,
to entice
probably.
you to re-sign up for whatever the passes are. I mean, we don't know what the passes are going to be tomorrow.
Or by the end of the show, for all that matter.
Yeah. I mean, it's similar. Like I have a museum membership and they send me, or a Costco membership, and they send me a reminder. Usually it's not much of a better deal to come back, but they'll send me a reminder to sign up for the products that they have. Yeah, Brent, for that seasonal someone without a car, you know, somebody who's gonna ride public transportation just in the
Yep.
summer. Yep.
So again, here's kind of just that side by side of your cost breakdown along with what the benefits are that you're going to you're going to receive. So the nice thing is they are offering the payment plan. So if you don't want to foot the whole annual pass or annual membership, as they're properly called, you can break that out in 12
I do
payments.
believe, let me just double check. Yeah, I don't know that it's equals. Okay, so that says as low as 6.99 after initial payment. I believe that the initial payment is a larger piece of, like, it's they don't divide it equally in 12 months. I think like you have to put something down on it. That because the math doesn't work out. I would have to go try to check out, but there is like a larger initial payment to get to the 6.99, but I'm sure that there's some flexibility in there. Similar to how we used to have to put down the deposit to get a cheaper rate.
So then you got your platinum, again, a little higher price point, but this is when you start getting admission to all the parks. So if you
Okay.
do,
Someone's confirming it's there is a down payment. The monthly is the last 11 months.
okay,
So you can, I mean, this is an easy one to figure out. So 110 of it is the 11, basically the 11 payments, and then you would be putting down $45.
yeah, which isn't bad. It's
No.
they're at least trying to make it affordable for everyone. If you're a large family of four or five or six, instead of trying to come up with $155 per person all
And I
up
do
front,
appreciate the smaller payments because when they were getting up to like $38 a month for whatever that old one was, it I'd rather just pay the down payment, and then they know that it protects them from people who were defaulting.
right, right. Then your diamond. I mean, obviously, this gets you the most perks out of it. I mean, you're only getting that 20% merchandise and food, discount on there, but hey, it's something.
Yeah. And then so like this one, I think you're putting what, 60 down?
Yeah,
If
roughly, if I would think.
then yeah, roughly around, because it's about 20 a month. Um so yeah, 220. So yeah, $60 down on these.
So again, it's one of those things where you need to think about what is best for you and what is best for your family if you're you know considering going this new route because your current season pass is expiring at the end of the year. So you know to each their own. Kind of, you just got to kind of weigh the benefits, pros and cons, and we've said this before. For some people, that merchandise and food discount isn't used. I mean, someone like me with my Starbucks addiction in the park, that's a huge discount to think about.
And there is currently a way. It's hard. We can find somebody to help you, where if you have memberships that are on the same account, there are people who still know how to peel them off. Mostly they tell you that the whole account goes. I mean, we don't know, things change. If you're like me where you have people on different accounts, it does start to look, especially with these payments, manageable. It does start to look more attractive to switch over, at least for, because we don't all need 50% off discounts. We don't all need that. So this is savings.
So Brent is slowly adding into our chat
Okay.
here. So gold is 38.11 down, 6.99 a month. Platinum is 45.11 down, 9.99 a month. And I guess we can like do a song or dance before. Oh,
Steel
he's got it there.
11.
Yeah, 60.11 on the diamond with 20 buck
You're pretty
19.99
good
down.
on my maths.
Yeah, he
And my
was doubting.
compact.
Yeah, and he was pretty
Um,
quick coming up with that too for having
yeah.
getting over COVID.
I did see something that I have a someone said I haven't had a gold membership since 2014. So I lose Hurricane Harbor and all extra I currently get. Not currently. Currently, we are still grandfathered in. They have not made any announcement about um, tran- a forced transition away from the legacy products. As I think the branding is great, we're also going to have to remember that there are going to be so many different kinds of passes out there for our poor employees because somebody last week could have picked up a thrill pass and that's good for 12 months. So those are going to be around and there's two different kinds of diamond passes. So I think we have to transition ourselves to start saying, I have a legacy gold plus or I have a legacy diamond elite because it's going to be so hard. They're going to need like a big sheet of what everything is. And we don't always make it easy when we're referring to our own passes.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those things. More or less, they're going to have to. I feel bad. I think there's going to be a lot of scanning your pass or membership, trying to figure out exactly what you are.
Yeah. Because I'm sure they'll just use the same cards for these old ones that they had.
Probably.
Our our thoughts and our thoughts go out to the crew at the front gate and in guest relations, and our hats go off to you preemptively with all that you are going to have to deal with over the next 12 months.
Oh yeah, and all the questions that are going to be coming in, especially in the short term, right at the beginning when this all.
Yeah.
Because you got to remember, park's been closed, so no one's been able to head over to guest relations and ask some questions in person. So this weekend, though, I'm sure they'll be ready.
Yeah.
Great crew over there.
Oh,
All
and
right.
let me ask Brent, is there still when we do these online, is there a processing fee of like 13.99? Or is this inclusive of the processing fee?
He's doing something here. He is
Okay.
checking. He is currently checking for us back in the production booth. By the way, for those that don't know, Brent is running the controls here. He's
He's our producer.
survived our producer. He survived COVID enough to be able to make his way here and help us out tonight. So
And we're thankful that he's kind of Johnny on the spot with figuring these things out. I mean, this is also new and like I know it changed at least twice during the day yesterday. And maybe
yep,
once during the day today that I know of.
yeah, it's could keep. I did see somebody said they had a question on coaster challenge. Yes, go ahead and ask that in the group.
Yeah. Laura will get to you.
Laura will definitely get to you. She is our coaster challenge guru, so we'll be sure she sees your message or question. All right, let's see where this is going
Oh,
next
and
because
especially rate Fred's ticket, we're assuming are the $35 rate that they were this year.
probably
Same
that
as
would
when
be
people were buying them from Sam's Club. Do you think it is worth it to get 3 diamond and 50% off 2 all-season pass, or do 3 platinum and pay full price for 2 flash passes? That would depend on what those flash passes are, priced at. If a flash pass is priced still at $399, you're gonna wanna get your diamond is because what the differential between a diamond, 280 versus 155? Well, yeah, if you're so the difference between the 2, yeah, so the difference so 125 is the difference between a new diamond pass, and a new platinum. So if your flash pass discount is any higher than $125, then you want to go with the diamond. That's I mean, I don't know what the flash pass is, but that if the flash pass is priced at $250 full price or more, go with diamond. I don't imagine that it's gonna be priced any less than that.
all right. Let's. I'm not sure, and keep in mind that Sarah and I both worked all day. We kind of got this PowerPoint together, very last minute. So when some of these slides come out, I actually built this. I'm going to be probably looking at them going, oh, that's what that next slide is. So If
Yeah.
you see like a look of confusion or we're paused and we're like looking at the screen, we're like, oh,
Okay, 13.99 price on top of the down payment.
okay.
Okay. Grr. I'd definitely be looking into buying in park if it's possible.
And then you've got the that seasonal pass out there. And with that seasonal pass, I do want to point out it is valid for Fright Fest 2022. So you can go ahead if you do purchase that now, you can go ahead and use that for 2022. However, it is not going to be valid for Fright Fest 2023.
So, we talk about that friend that only comes a couple times. We are currently seeing Fright Fest tickets that are online discounted priced at $80. And was there one that was 90?
I
We
think
don't
there
know.
was one, yeah, one. I think it was one of the Saturdays. We were looking about 90
And we
dollars
don't
for
see
that.
blackout dates on the seasonal pass.
Mm, no, I mean the thing on the seasonal pass. Yeah, I don't think there's. I mean, this is all the
So
fine print here. So
that friend that wants to come with you and you don't want to pay the $90 for one day and they don't need parking, they're a really good candidate for the seasonal pass.
yeah, and I do want to clarify. I don't know if we've said it or not. Any of these new pass offering, this pass, and I keep calling them new pass offerings. I mean, they're new membership offering, but they're really a pass. They as soon as you buy them, they're going to be valid. So you can purchase these right now and go ahead and use it this weekend at the park. And this is one where parking is included. So if you're not going to be driving again, great for you. If you need to add parking, it is $35. But then,
Great
as
for
Sarah mentioned,
I
you
mean,
might
this
want to
is
just go with
really,
that
really
gold.
cheap. It's very this is very cheap teenager, daycare rate. So this is just perfect for that teenager that you wanna just drop off in the park. Just kidding, don't do that if they're not responsible people. But, yeah, this is cheap daycare. But, like, if
Cheap
you're
daycare babysitting service.
if you're already a pass holder and there's a friend, niece, nephew that is going to tag along with you even just one time, I would just do the seasonal pass.
So it is in the chat. Going back to that person on the flash pass. There's still 249 and 399.
So the answer for that is if you are at all going to buy a flash pass, not now I'm going to do my other. So the first don't is don't buy a seasonal pass and add parking. Very foolish. And the second don't is don't buy a gold or platinum pass and any kind of flash pass because it's gonna cost you the exact same amount to buy even the lowest amount to buy the lowest flash pass plus a diamond is gonna cost the same amount as platinum. So, there's your answer. If you want the
Yes.
lowest flash pass or the highest flash pass, it's still gonna be cheaper to buy diamond with that 50% off. Now that I've said that, if the wrong person hears it, they're gonna realize that they made a mistake with their math, and we might see increases. I'm sorry.
Again, this could all change by the time we are done talking here.
Yeah.
So who knows?
I'm
We'll end this
very good with
broadcast.
discounts. I just got $90 of groceries for $35, so I can do this. I'll play it
Awesome.
all day long.
Awesome. All right, let's see. What do we have in store next? Okay. We have two. Well, as of this morning, at first there was one dining option, and somewhere along the day we magically picked up a second. So they're being branded, and it's an annual two-meal dining plan and a 2023 two-meal dining plan. Both passes, no matter which one you end up with, they are valid starting on the date of purchase. So again, if you purchase those now, they're valid. Okay. At this time, and this is what we were when Sarah's part of her reaching out, get some guidance from guest relations. At this time, these dining options cannot be added to a legacy membership. So right now, if you're that legacy member who's been paying for the years, month after, right now these cannot be added on.
And just for clarification, Bob, can they have a monthly payment or are they all pay in full?
I need to get that one. We'll have to
Okay.
recheck on because I haven't seen
I didn't see an option
anything on
for
that
it.
where you could. I haven't seen a. I've looked. I mean, I looked earlier and it wasn't a monthly payment. This is you're paying this up front, I believe, on the dining plans. And maybe if the right person that knows dining is watching this, maybe might get some
I can
input,
understand why they wouldn't.
guidance.
I was surprised. I mean, right now they're priced at 134.99 both
Yep.
plans.
Yep. They're identical.
Yeah. Except one is good at just our family of parks, which our Illinois parks work together. So um we do have a bit of an advantage in that way that it would be good across our three parks, but um which one, if you get one, like, say, if you go to St. Louis a lot, you want to get the one that is good
Right.
everywhere.
And here's the other thing too. And we will break this down because I know for those of you, you probably you've seen this online, two very similar plans, the same exact price. Well, when it comes to the new annual memberships, depending on which membership you have, it depends which dining plan you're actually going to qualify
Oh,
for. So here's the annual 2 meal dining plan, and this is the one that is valid at all the six park properties. Now,
oh, but that makes sense. Why
this
it's
is
not valid.
only right. This is only available to platinum and diamond thrill seekers only.
And someone
Okay,
say in the chat why that is.
so you got to think about it. The gold, that gold one that's out there, that only gets you into Six Flags Great America anyway. So it's there's no reason to give you dining at all the parks when your pass is only going to get you into your home park. Okay, so they all have that 3 hour increment between meals. There are no snacks, there are no drinks included on this. However, if you've seen the little banner that's on the Six Flags website, purchasing any of these meal plans now will get you free drinks through the end of this year.
Freebies? I thought we didn't do freebies. I'm hearing a lot. No, that just shows that there's more than one person in charge of the game. There's a board of directors as well. Um, yeah, I thought that's what we're used to. This is very similar to the all season dining pass that we've had before. I don't really think it's too far off of price of what that was either.
No, no.
When I was making my prediction, it was a lot more than that. However, I am, with anything else, we saw 4, 5 price increases with the thrill, extreme, ultimate. Like they came pretty regularly. So, um, I have been told by unofficial sources that a price hike on these could come as soon as the day after Labor Day.
Right, because I mean they are billing this limited, kind of limited time or introductory pricing, or if they're going to try to blend in like a Labor Day um, type thing. I seen
Somebody has
somewhere in the
free drinks,
chat.
no drinks with this one. You'll have to do the drinks separately. This is also in line with, what Cedar Point does. I think the 3 hour is maybe in line with them, and the drinks being separate is within.
And
No.
we did receive the confirmation that yes, yes, you can on
Oh,
this plan. You can trade one of your meals for a snack. So if you're not a big eater and you want to eat one entree and then trade the other one for a snack, you can go ahead and do that with these plans. Obviously, you can't do it the other way around. If you're a legacy all season dining member, you can't say, "Can I change a snack for a meal?" That's not going to work out very well for you at that point of sale
and
system.
hats off ahead of time for our culinary staff for having to deal with all these different kind of meal plans. Although they will get a little break when some of these at the end of the calendar year when some of the other ones go away.
And then the other one, oops, let's try to.
Oh, Cedar Fair is 4 hours. So they're being more generous than Cedar Fair. but I do believe the price is around the same amount last time I checked.
And then you have the 2023 two meal plan, which this is valid available for the seasonal pass holders, the gold thrill seekers, and any of the existing annual pass holders. So if you've bought that ultimate pass and the other passes that were out there, up until like 3 days ago, you can add this on to those. And this is the one that is only valid at our home park and the Hurricane Harbor, Chicago, and Rockford locations. And the dining plan on these does expire on 9/4/23.
Oh, yeah, okay. Because they're giving you that's because you don't have Fright Fest for that one anyway.
Right, right.
But it also seems strange because if a
Well,
gold
the gold's not going to get you into Fright Fest though. They won't get into Fright Fest next year. You'll get in this year.
that was the seasonal though.
Let's see.
The seasonal had the Fright Fest.
It was one of these. Where did it go? I probably
You passed
see
it. It's the seasonal that's valid,
the
but
seasonal,
not
right? Okay, yeah.
that just seems strange that with a gold, like you could potentially purchase it. It's like let's say I had a new gold, what are the annual membership, and that might be one that if I purchase it, say October 30th, it's gonna expire. I don't know why it's gonna expire on 9/4/23 before my pass expires.
Well, I wonder if the thinking. I mean, if you really want to think about this, they're sort of giving you some extra dates here because in theory, these plans are supposed to be 365 days. So if
Yeah.
I were to buy that today, August 23rd, in theory, it should expire then on August 23rd, 2023. So
So
they
the
are
earlier
giving you a
you
few days,
purchase it,
the more you get. And I wouldn't be surprised, again, this is just thought I just had pop in my head now. This is nothing from, any park communication or anything, but I can see that date thing just kind of being like a rolling date that just keeps
okay.
changing and changing because once we get like that further less than a year out, I don't know why I would say this expires on 9/4/23. So um
I would just say that this kind of tracks with what I heard. I mean, this tracks with what I heard about, maybe this one has a really small window, and then it kind of tracks with what I heard about price increase being right after Labor Day.
I'm going to pop a comment here. I'm assuming probably wasn't this Facebook user we don't have a name for, probably wasn't
Mm.
here at the top of the show, but the meal plans are grandfathered into the legacy memberships.
At this
So if you
time.
at this time, they are grandfathered in. So you'll still get your two meals and a snack, and it's only that 90-minute interval
Yeah.
on those. So those are definitely grandfathered
They have
in.
not changed the terms of our current meal plans. And we can't, I mean, and if you have a legacy membership without a meal plan, you're going to want to move over. More than likely, it'll save you money anyway if you don't have a meal plan.
Let's pop that down. I'm just seeing if there's anything else in here. Do I have a next slide? That's no, we don't. So I guess we can kind of take some questions or kind of.
I mean, we'll work with anyone on the math. You want to be smart. You don't want to go for you want to think about the experience that you want to have. Think about where you're current, or if you haven't hit a price increase, where you're about to hit, because um, if you're not using, or if you don't need your discount, or if you're not using your skip the lines, it might be time to move over, or you can think of your timing. Remember, if you start one of these and you're in a legacy membership, you still have to give them the 40-day. You don't want to end up having to pay twice. You maybe don't want to pay over the off season for something that you're not going to use. So there is a lot of strategy involved with how to approach these. You can end up paying less for what you currently have, and you can end up paying more for, it just depends what you're going to use. Like if you like your skip the lines and you like your discount, I wouldn't suggest moving over.
No, and the other thing to think about too is, and this goes along with, you've got time to figure this out. If your current pass and your current dining are expiring at the end of this year, you're talking January, February, March. Park doesn't open to April, so if you're looking to buy for 2023 and you're expired in the year, you might as well wait till then. Why start a 12-month payment on something that you're letting 3.5 months go by that you're not even using?
It
Plus,
is kind
we
of like
don't know
the
what.
stock market, though. We
Right,
don't know
and
what the increase will be, but we also don't know if they're going to put an incentive somewhere.
right, and we also don't know what will all this pricing, what will be out there in 2023. I mean, we've already seen different iterations of annual passes, from the beginning of this year. So we're not. You
Yeah.
do have time to think about it.
Okay, if my legacy, yeah, we'll talk through some situations. Sometimes that helps us all understand. If my legacy membership commitment doesn't end until January 26, 22, does that mean that my rate won't go up until the February 26, 23 charge? Technically, your rate shouldn't go up until the March charge because you would need enough time to cancel, or be offered the opportunity to cancel. So technically, that you wouldn't see a rate change until March. You shouldn't see one until March. Um, we have not seen anyone hit their 12 months and see an automatic rate change yet, have we, Bob? That we know. That we know. I
No,
mean,
not that we know of. No.
because that 12 month, yeah, and we haven't really seen that. So I don't know. It's a really good question.
Yeah, and if there's anybody in here who knows that answer, who's
Yeah.
just went past that 12 months, if you're seeing a rate hike or not, definitely chime in here and let us know, or add it to the comments if you're watching this later.
Somebody just asked, said, which dining plan is better if I get the diamond and only go to Illinois parks? I mean, right now they're priced the same. So just get the one that is good for all parks, since your pass is good for all parks, because you never know. Maybe you'll hop over to St. Louis someday, or maybe you'll be in town somewhere else.
Let's try this one. Don't know if you have the answer to this, but have they made the 2023 drink cups yet? I've been seeing about the free regular fountain drinks with the new pass. With the new pass, if you're referring to the banner that's at the top of the screen where it's going to be the free drinks, that's through the end of the year. So they're going to end up giving you a 2022 drink cup that's not going to be valid in 2023.
Yeah.
So
They're just getting rid of it. They used to do that during holiday in the park, and sometimes towards the end of Fright Fest when they had like a lot of the dated like one day cups out, they would just give people that with their regular drink at the
who
end of
knows
the
if
year.
they have a lot of the stainless tumblers, maybe we'll see people getting some stainless 2022 tumblers.
Man, I spent $120 on mine. Just because 3 people in my house wanted pink, including me.
What's this one?
Usually, well, and we don't know what we don't know with this. We haven't really played on the Hurricane Harbor. If you only want Hurricane Harbor, we would presume that they would have their own pass too.
Right, we would think that's one. I'll be honest, I haven't looked at that to
We
see if
didn't.
that was the case, if there is just a Hurricane Harbor only pass, but you'd imagine there would be.
Yeah. I mean, that might be something that you want to consider. I would guess that that would be the same deal. It wouldn't include parking, at which point you're going to want to at least get that gold plus annual membership.
Just so everyone know, Brent posted the payment charts for the gold, platinum, diamond passes
Thank you,
in the
Brent.
junkies group. So he is
Something off,
multitasking back there in the
something
production
off
booth.
my plate.
We're gonna need to give him a raise soon.
We'll pay him 3 pickles next month.
That's right.
Any
Any
other
other
I
any
mean,
other
these are
stuff on
really good. Like, if you have questions or scenarios,
yeah, we got time. Usually we're over at that like 90-minute mark, but we've only been at this about 45 minutes.
James, does Gold Plus get you into Hurricane Harbor? That was the answer for that was we get through all of our 3 parks, right? Or do we have to look at that? Make sure.
Hold on. I can let's see here. Let's go back to the
I thought that was why we talked about adding.
let's see here.
Yeah. Oh, no.
No, you do not
Oh,
get
you're
Hurricane
right.
Harbor on the gold. You got to
So if
go
you
at least
bought a
platinum.
okay, good catch, James. So yeah, so whoever was asking about Hurricane Harbor, then you would want to get a Hurricane Harbor specific pass. Um, oh, Gold Thrill currently? Or you're asking about the old one? So whoever was asking about, if they spend most of their summer at Hurricane Harbor, Chicago, or Hurricane Harbor, Rockford, then you would probably want to consider getting a pass specific to that park. If you don't want to pay the 150, it's 115 to include Six Flags. So you have to think if you're going to go to that $45 difference, or what, no, $40 difference. Sorry, I can math. So that's your choice there.
All right, Sarah, I'll let you take this one.
If my brother's friend doesn't visit much for the food, but more for the coasters and wants to visit more than just the home parks, what minimum level would you suggest? Um, Platinum is the minimum level in order to use it at all outdoor theme parks and water parks. Oh no, is it theme?
I'm trying to see. Let's see.
Because we used to have this weird thing that at one point, like, regular season passes couldn't get into distant Hurricane Harbor parks. So is this platinum?
Let's see. Hold on. Let me go into the
Yeah,
that's gold, platinum. Platinum will get you unlimited to all Six Flags parks.
I wonder, we might want to clarify if that includes Hurricane Harbor, because if we look at the next one, I think it says all outdoor. Oh no. Okay.
The way they on the diamond, they
Okay.
unlimited to all Six Flags outdoor parks. So
Yeah, that's why I wonder if I
wonder if a few of those Hurricane
that's another
Harbors might not.
clarifying. So distant Hurricane Harbor parks, if they're included in a platinum. It's a good question.
Very good. Yeah, question. Let's see, is there anything else?
Mike is
Out
asking,
here?
Hurricane Harbor, Chicago has passes. They have. They've actually had specific passes to them for a while, but no one would buy them because it was included. But we're presuming that somebody could get a Hurricane Harbor because it's a standalone park. We have not looked at it, so I'm gonna put a note that also to look at if there is a Hurricane Harbor specific pass. I know Rockford has one, or they had one. Fright Fest. I didn't see blackout dates for
I
anything.
didn't see it either. No, the only one
So
that it's not valid is if you purchase the seasonal, you'll get in the Fright Fest this year for 2022, but it's not going to be valid next year for Fright Fest 2023.
which if you do them, I mean, you would just have to renew before Fright Fest to something that includes Fright Fest next year.
Not even acknowledging that last comment that we just had.
Nope.
Nope.
Oh, somebody said Hurricane Harbor Pass $90 or $4.99 per month. Yeah, so it
Oh,
is. It is.
okay.
Yeah, cool. Thank you to whoever that is. Thank you.
Awesome. I guess we need to give our other two local parks little more
Yes.
love.
If we had more time, we would sit
If
here
we
with
had
our
if
spreadsheets.
we had more time, yes. Yeah. Let's see.
Rockford may have to because of no, it looks like both of them are offering. I know, like right now, I have put in the daily alert, but for actually the last few weeks, Rockford has had an option that Chicago has not, where you could buy one day, or you could buy it was like one day for $29.99 or $39.99, and then they had like a rest of the season pass for $49.99 that they've had around. So they've had some passes. Yeah.
Just
Any
looking
other
through.
questions?
Yeah. Now's the time to type them in
Did I ever get a call
while you
back from
have it.
customer service? I did not. I was told all calls get answered in the order in which they were received, so I could be waiting a year. I was also told I'm not the what is it? I hate when people write my name and Sarah, you're not the only one who has a problem. I'm not the only Diamond Elite member that has a problem.
Again, this came back. They all include Fright Fest right now except the seasonal pass.
The
Seasonal
seasonal
pass is
pass,
the only one.
buy it now, and you have Fright Fest, but or I'd be on hold forever. I imagine if somebody called me back, they wouldn't really have any answers to give me anyway. It would probably be the same kind of circular conversation, so it's not exactly gonna be productive. Are we getting any of this just in?
No, no. I was
Oh.
looking at what's the chart here, saying if there was something on here that I was missing. No, this isn't. No, no breaking news
No breaking news. I mean,
on here at the moment.
all in all, I think people can breathe. Um, I think we have to, what was that extreme pass up to or ultimate? What was ultimate the higher one? I never memorized it.
I think ultimate was the highest level that you were able to go on
That was
those new
getting
ones.
crazy. Like I am really glad that somebody talked some sense into somebody, and there are more than one somebody's there, that it is not giving the park away. It's not like, but to bring the passes back to something that fits the market, I feel like we're not I I felt like this is a good change. There were a lot of extras that were added on to those other pass products that I'm sure most people didn't even use, like the junior passes that we never really got an answer if they were one time or all year. And then like the $25 merchandise credit. There were some silly things on there. Now, that being said, if I am going to invest my $280, move from a $155 product to a $280 product, I'm going to expect that my preferred parking be honored. Just saying.
Now, the 3 hour wait does not apply to the legacy. Legacy remains intact the way it is with the 90 minute wait. I just saw this one because somebody just jumped on. All of these new options available are 365-day options. So depending on when you purchase it, your membership will expire 365 days after that. So if you want to make sure that you have Fright Fest included next year, buy it anytime after Fright Fest ends. Especially because, we're not, and you can always wait till the spring the following year because we're not going to be seeing Holiday in the
And
park. So
think about, and also with that 365, so many of you, and so many, this is the time that people are accustomed to buying their Six Flags season passes. So, regardless if they said we're extending it to next Fright Fest, like they used to do, they'd say they used to say what, get all of 2022 for free and add, and you get all of 2023. but you
Right,
all
like,
then would,
visit Pride Fest this year and get
yeah, they would
all of
say it was
2023.
free, but then you would all renew at the same time in September for Labor Day anyway. So you wouldn't actually get more free because, so it's really no different. So if you're buying now and you get your 365 days, you know you're gonna, that'll be your renewal time and you'll buy something new next Labor Day for Fright Fest.
Yep. Yeah, so just, again, I said this early on, don't be fooled by the name just because they're calling it an annual membership. It does expire after
Mhm.
365 days. This isn't that legacy membership that you're going to keep going month after month after month after month.
Yeah.
And
And that's good. And that's a good thing because it was so hard to plan for people who wanted to cancel to plan that other date. I think that this is, we still get the benefit of paying monthly. You do have to pay a little bit more upfront, so you're not just like slamming down 7.99 and going to the park. But you know that your pass ends. And so you're committed only to that 12 months and you don't have this recurring payment that you have to go hope that the portal is open so you can cancel it, hope that you remember and find your order number. There's a lot of things. There were a lot of downsides to that membership as far as getting out of the contract, that aren't there anymore. So annual membership, I think it was a good balance. And so there are some pluses in this system.
yes, it's based on calendar days, not park operating days.
Yep. And that's part of the reason, like a Magic Mountain, their products cost more because they're a 365-day park. What is the deal with points? I mean, no one has announced the ending of the member point program. I think our park is still having issues with redemption of, like, if you say you got a $10 food credit one time and you use it, if you go try to use your points for another one, for some reason it isn't working. It thinks that it's already expired, so you just throw your points away. So currently right now we can only get one of each item. But other parks are not experiencing that, so I don't know. I don't really use my points for anything anymore because I've redeemed them on everything, so they don't do anything. Mm.
Yeah, I'm just
Oh,
kind of looking through too.
if my season pass includes Fright Fest this year, should I renew over Labor Day or wait until December? Honestly, I mean, you're going to pay 365. So I guess we've been saying like don't pay when the park isn't open, but then you'd have to pay the next year anyway. Um, you renew when you want to renew. I mean, I personally wouldn't pay for two passes at the same time. That doesn't
Yep.
make any sense. So I would wait.
Yeah, I'd probably wait too. I mean, and it's up to you if, again, if you're going to wait till December, are you going to be purchasing one of the passes that you're going to be traveling to other parks? If you're not traveling, you might as well just wait, see what it is closer to park opening time.
Yeah. We're not getting any indication of prices going up. I think obviously somebody at Six Flags got a little lesson on what the market could handle. And that's why we're seeing the prices down. Brent's right. It's a gamble.
It is. Yeah,
I mean, I
we don't know.
said to Bob, I feel so bad for the person who bought an ultimate pass last week. And now they're locked in. This basically the same product was offered for what, $150 less.
Yes.
That
Yep.
stinks.
I'm just gonna pop this real quick. You're welcome, Dwayne.
Although, wait, that was another removal. Remember yesterday that there was still a 10 meal plan? 10 meals were
Yes,
included
they took
in
that
the
away.
plan.
That was removed. That was removed. Well, I find it interesting too. They're still showing on the website the 4 meal plan, but you can't purchase it. I tried
Oh,
for the heck of it before this. It doesn't. It goes
I'm
absolutely
sure that'll
nowhere.
be something. Remember, like years ago, they would have like a family meal plan, and it was 39.99, and you could like get a whole pizza or some cheeseburgers. I wonder if that'll still be packaged in park, or if they'll still do the 1 day meal plans. I don't know.
I mean, I'd imagine that the 1 day meal plans will. Those aren't going to go anywhere because you're always going to have your 1 day ticket holders
Yeah.
who those benefit.
All right. Any other
Okay,
questions?
just taking a look here. I don't think we're.
Breathe. I like
Yes,
Bob said, breathe.
everyone breathe. Deep breath. It's going to be. It
Yeah.
is all going to be okay, and we hope we were able to answer some of the questions that were out there, and maybe provide a little bit of clarification on some of the gray areas that you might not have known on. And it took us getting a little bit of little inquiry on Sarah's end to kind of distinguish between what were those two different dining plans out there because they looked almost identical to
Yeah.
me. And so,
And weird things can pop up, and as we see changes, or as you see changes, because we're not online, like we happen to have known. Um, we were given an unofficial tip to stay near our computers on Monday, to see these drop, but we don't always get those kind of tips, and that actually didn't even come from Great America Junkies. It was from one of our other junkies groups. But um, yeah, I mean, we will keep getting the information that we can. We're really upfront about asking questions. I think Caitlin asked for us to ask about fright passes. This is about the time that we send that little message, that email, and say, "Hey," and that information hasn't been released, and it didn't get released the last couple years,
yeah,
even
it's
2019. It took a while.
Yeah, it comes out later because think about last year. Our picnic was basically the same time frame that it was, and at the picnic they dropped all that Fright Fest info on us, and nothing for Fright Fest was on the website yet. And I
I
didn't
don't
say
think we got the
it was like
prices until,
a week or two after like the picnic. I think that's when
I
we
wanna say,
seen
it
it.
wasn't even, it was like the Wednesday it was Wednesday before the first day of Fright Fest, which was Coaster Challenge, right? We started kicked off with Coaster Challenge last
Yes,
year?
it's always for whatever reason Coaster Challenge is always on the opening day of Fright
Yeah.
Fest.
But it was like the Tuesday or Wednesday when we finally got information that we could share, and they didn't even know. They're like, "We don't have an answer." Everyone who's keeps panicking about our bans included, there's no reason. We've had this panic 2019, we had this panic 2021. Um, it
We don't
It'll
see
be,
any reason it's not.
no.
Here's sort of a last minute question.
Mm. I mean, yeah, you could wait the first day of guest relations. You have to decide by that time if the prices increase. I mean, it's all going to be a gamble. I would imagine, I mean, in the past, traditionally, the cheapest price to get things has been in this window. It has not been cheaper other times. So those who were wanting to wait because of a 13.99 processing fee, I know we did say that there is overlap, but I don't imagine, we are so trained as guests to get our best deal at this time that I don't imagine that it will go any cheaper. I just don't know how long these prices will stay.
Yeah, there's no guarantee on the prices, and usually you see that enticement to buy prices will go up after
They have
whenever.
been, so in the past they'd say, "Oh, get the price now," and then you'd like, "Yeah, right," and it'll stay. This year, when they say the price is going up, it goes up. It
Yep.
might not go up a ton. Like I think at one point the old thrill passes went up $3, but they're following through. It does go up. So maybe at that point you are okay having an overlap if you have a pass that's good till the end of the year just to get your just to get a good deal.
Yeah.
Um it's all going to be situational where your comfort level is. Look at it really carefully. You can put a scenario up in our group at any time. Somebody will talk through it. A lot of people will talk through it. Um, don't judge anyone if they're deciding to do it. Like there's different reasons people want to do it. It might be worth giving away the end of the year, like we've always kind of given away because you always renew. So they say you get it for free, but yeah, it might be worth it to save some money.
And what is best for you is not necessarily best for someone else. So,
Mhm.
like Sir said, we're not judging anyone, and you know, put your questions out there, and we'll definitely make sure that if we're not answering somebody else, another member of the group will probably
And all of
answer you.
you have some information and you can help and share these to other members who weren't able to watch. So
Yep.
be able to
Then
read
we'll be.
these.
If you missed any of this, we will be putting this up on our YouTube channel, and I'll share the link back out on the Junkies group. So if you want to watch it again, or if you've got some friends, family members who might be interested, or if you want to share it off to another group, to share some insight with them, go right ahead. It's
Yeah. Just
you
don't
know,
commit one of the two sins, or you can tell the other group too if you just don't like the person. Um, don't buy parking with a seasonal pass. Buy the gold plus instead, and don't buy a flash pass with the platinum. Go ahead and buy the diamond
yep.
instead.
All right, everyone. Thank you. That'll do it for today. We'll talk again soon. Bye.